Hello everyone, and in today's video, we're going to be covering social media marketing in 2022. And I want to make one thing clear in this video. If you're looking to make money online, then this is the video for you. If you're looking to offer a service that is super beneficial for other brands and businesses out there, then this is also for you. This video is really for anyone who wants to work in a flexible lifestyle, whether that's from your home, working remotely. This is going to allow you to do that. This is also for anyone who is, just starting out in their career, whether you're in school, whether you just recently graduated, or whether you've already had, 20 years in business and you've successfully launched a brand. This can be a side hustle that you can initially launch as well, whether you're 40 years old or not. This is going to be a video that a lot of individuals can get started on and actually see results. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Chappell. I've worked with some of the largest brands in the world at our actual agency, Fortune 100 clients. We also advise on over $200 million in ad spend across Facebook's products and TikTok as well. And alongside that, we have a training class where we've helped hundreds of people achieve results with their actual Facebook ads, TikTok ads, and helped agency owners also be successful. And it's pretty incredible because almost 7 years ago, I started my agency and we were quite literally at zero and had no clients. And a lot of you might find yourselves in this position right now, and I can assure you I understand what it's like, and I've gone through that process. In fact, I quite literally took a bet on myself and dropped out of high school to go full-time with actually growing our agency because we started to have some initial success. And back then, I literally remember going door to door, pitching businesses and, offering our services and really getting nowhere. And it wasn't until I was actually sitting in the car and I got a notification from one of my friends who had a father who actually had a pool company, and he reached out seeing if we would be interested in running ads for him. And that was really the first initial opportunity that we had to take on a client. And we booked out that business 2 years full of actual pool clients. And these are luxury pools. These aren't just any pools in your backyard. These are pools that quite literally can be a lazy river in the back of these people's homes. And that was when I got my initial start into actual social media marketing. And with that client and that initial case study, I was able to continue landing clients from there and getting successful results at our business. Now we've been going for 7 years strong, and we've deployed well over tens of millions of dollars every single year on Facebook ads, TikTok ads, and Google ads. And our team is growing by the day. And if I had to go all the way back to zero again, I can assure you I wouldn't be looking at shiny objects and always going after the new trends in the market. Like, when there's new things that pop up all the time, whether it's through crypto, NFTs, I would first focus on building a solidified business that can consistently produce revenue every single month. And then that's the opportunity you can then use with that cash flow to make investments into other things that are coming out. And this isn't just any video on SMMA in 2022. This is the exact step-by-step guide that you can use to actually generate results for brands, be able to land clients, get your first paying client, and start a successful social media marketing agency. So let's get started. All right, so these are going to be the steps for social media marketing in 2022. And once again, my name is Chappell. I'm the founder of Surge.io and Chappell Digital Marketing. And here's what we will be covering today. We're going to be going over what is SMMA, why brands choose to work with agencies, how to start an agency, how to decide on a service, how to pick a niche, and how to get your first client. And SMMA is a social media marketing agency, and this can often be referred to as a creative agency. There's ad agencies, digital marketing agencies, full service agencies, influencer agencies, and many other agency types. And it's primarily a business dedicated to creating, planning, and managing advertising efforts for brands. And in our case, as an agency, we manage ads on both Facebook, TikTok, Google, and YouTube, where brands will contact us and we'll actually manage their online digital campaigns. We'll structure them, we'll manage them. They will pay us for that service because we provide a valuable result for them. And here's why brands primarily hire agencies. And there's really a few key factors for brands reaching out to agencies. And the first one is going to be results. The primary reason a brand would want to actually work with an agency is if they can help them achieve their objectives and goals. This could be increasing conversions on a website. This could be improving their overall brand awareness so that way they can have further market penetration. This could be increasing their overall sales online through one of their online sites, or it could be to grow their overall return on investment across different platforms that they have sales channels on. Another key factor is the talent at an agency. A lot of brands are scaling really quickly, and to go from, $1 million to 10 million is much different than going from 100,000 to 1 million. And because of that, they'll look to outside parties such as agencies that can further help them, achieve those objectives by getting to that range of 10 million a year. And so they'll contact an agency primarily to be able to help them scale. And agencies have talent, and talent is a big factor for why somebody might actually reach out and hire an agency. An agency could have a team that, is already experienced in that industry. They have case studies of proven successful, campaigns where they already achieved those objectives before. They have proven timelines. So brands actually trust those agencies to actually manage those, campaigns for them and achieve their results and objectives because of that. And, it's also a lot easier to hire an agency that already has sourced that talent and put that team together rather than trying to figure it all out internally and hire these individuals themselves. Another unique situation they might end up hiring an agency based off of is, proprietary processes. This could be a creative process that agency has developed. It could be a technology they have launched. It could be a tool. There's a lot of different unique scenarios that an agency might develop a unique approach to how they actually achieve their results, which is a differentiator and allows other brands to decide which agency they want to go with. Now, there's a few other factors that play a role into this as well. It could also be pricing. And pricing isn't the first thing they pay attention to, but pricing is also something that smaller brands might choose to work with agencies with lower fees, since they can't always afford bigger agencies. Now, they might be choosing a smaller, agency with a lower tier pricing, not because they get better results, but maybe because that's what they can afford to do at the time while their brand is still growing, which means this is an opportunity for you if you're just starting out as well. And then the other factor is relationships. This is very common in the agency industry. It's pretty crazy because there's big brands out there that are Fortune 100 companies and are literally working with certain agencies purely based off of their past relationships. I'm talking about an individual who's friends with another individual at that company, and they're literally working with them, and they have these insane fees that are built out. But the primary reason that entire relationship and partnership is there with that agency is based off of who they already know at that company. So working with big brands does have a factor, and a lot of it can do with relationships. So there are different politics that can play in here, but this is also an opportunity if you're just starting out, because you can use relationships to land those first deals that allow you to be able to generate successful results. And if you have those two factors playing in together, then there's going to be a high chance that you're not only going to be able to retain a client, but you're going to be able to scale with them and keep them happy. And so here's how, the initial steps are going to be to start an agency. You want to keep it super simple. And the first thing is just coming up with a name. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You can always change the name later. Many companies go through a rebranding phase. This is just initially for you to get started, so that way you can make it through these steps fairly quickly and get on the ground and running. And in the beginning, you can use your own name to speed up this process, and you can always change it later. You can tie in your, initials and say, it's a marketing agency, or you can, go to Google and type in a name generator and find an agency name. This is just going to be a name that you're going to initially start with. That way you can have something to reach out to clients with, and that way if they ask what the name is, you have it. The second thing is understanding the services you will offer. This is a key point because this is what you're going to be charging clients for. This is where you're going to be delivering the results. This is what you're going to be giving your clients whenever you're working with them. And that service could be creative. If you're, an individual that understands how to make, content or generate actual creatives, this could be the service that you offer, and you get paid to create content for different businesses out there. There's lots of brands that need content. We live in a content-driven world right now, and if you're creating content for them on social media, that's a service. If you're creating videos for them on different platforms, that's a service. If you're even editing that content or, restructuring it in a way that generates better results for them, that is also a service. There's a lot of things you can do with creative. You could even do creative planning where you structure what that would look like for them. But the main thing at the end of the day is going to be delivering results for them. So if you understand the creative background, if you're able to create content and you know how to structure that, you can charge for that and actually, help brands out there. The other services you might offer are website design. If you know how to create websites, you can offer websites as a service. There's so many brands out there that have terrible websites that need to be improved. Lots of individuals are literally running paid ads to websites that just don't convert. And so they're spending money and getting a very little ROI on the return because their site just isn't converting every individual that's going to the website. So offering, a website design service where you actually build out their site for them, that could be very valuable for brands, and they're willing to pay a lot of money for those things because it can solve a huge problem for them. Imagine an individual paying you $10,000 for you to, redesign some of the spots on their website, and then them making an extra $100,000 to $1 million off of those changes that you did. That's a very valuable thing, and they only had to pay $10,000 for it, and they were able to generate that much more results because of what you were able to achieve for them. The other thing is, social media, managing their actual pages, or it could be running ads for them, which is what our agency does. We manage Facebook ads, we do Google ads, TikTok ads, and brands will come to us and use our services because we deliver a very valuable result. We're helping them achieve their goals by getting them a better return on ad spend, being able to actually run a lot of, campaigns through Facebook ads, TikTok ads, where we're generating them more sales, getting them more business, growing their clientele, and scaling their overall brand. And successful brands that are already crushing it reach out to us because we are able to help them grow even further. So you have to find your positioning as well, because in the beginning stages, you might choose to work with brands that really need your help to improve on, what they're doing wrong, or really helping them get to the next level, or just filling in the gaps for where things just aren't, really converting on their overall social media presence. And the third thing is once you understand what service you're going to offer, then you can know what niche you might actually go in. And starting out, picking a niche is a very quick and easy thing for you to be able to do. But there is one thing, I see so many people get hung up on this, and it is picking a niche. So many people think they have to pick the right niche. There's no right niche for you to pick. All of the niches out there are going to have brands and businesses that you can potentially offer services for. Yes, some niches might have, more wealth than others in them. Some niches might be willing to spend more money than others. But at the end of the day, as long as you're really able to execute a very valuable service and get really good results for these brands, whatever niche you end up deciding to go into, it can be successful. We have people who literally, help roofing companies get leads, and they're doing hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. We have brands that are helping, we have agencies helping e-commerce brands actually improve their online conversion rates, scale their actual results. There's, all kinds of niches out there that you can choose from. So once you identify one of them that you're, going to start out in, select it, and then that's, the path that you'll initially go down. That way you can get your first case study in that space, use that case study to then land more clients, and you can improve on your own process. That way, once you actually know how to generate a result, you can start to replicate it across other businesses in that space, getting them more results as well. That way you have a proof of concept and a proven model to consistently get results. If you start out initially going after anything and everything, you're going to have to be learning about a lot of different industries, and it's going to be really complicated at first. We personally work in a lot of different industries, but that's because we've had a lot of experience in a lot of different, actual industries. And that's because of the people we've hired on our team and because of the scale and size we've gotten to this day. But initially when starting out, you're going to want to focus, choose an individual service you're going to offer, and choose a specific niche you're going to go down, because I can assure you it's going to make it much easier in the long run. How to find clients. So we're going to keep this super simple. The first step is really reaching out to friends and family who need help with their marketing efforts. If you're not willing to, run paid campaigns or help friends or family with their actual businesses, and get them results, then how could you possibly reach out to somebody you don't know at all and want to help them? So initially, you want to first start with people you know, or ask people you know about other businesses out there that might need your help or what service you're offering. So that way you can initially get some clientels. That way, if that route doesn't initially work for you because you don't know anyone in your family that has a business, or if you don't have any friends that know people who have businesses, that's totally fine, because there's plenty of other ways to go get clients. There's so many ways you can actually, prospect and go after brands. It's just a matter of starting with, the first few of these, so that way you can actually get that first client. The next thing you're going to do is posting on your social media. You're going to make a post on your actual Facebook page, Instagram page, or any social media you have, whether it's Twitter, and actually announce that you're open for clients. The easiest way to initially get some traction is by just putting it out there in the world, so that way people can see it. And this is also a way for friends and family to know that, you've started another venture or side hustle where you're helping brands with their social media. And because of that, people might reach out to you with an interest in that service. So you quite literally, this is the first strategy you can use. If you're going to be managing other individual social media, well, you better be doing it for yourself as well by actually posting. Next thing you're going to do is posting on your actual stories. If you have a social media following, then that's perfect. It doesn't matter if it's only a few hundred people or less than that. As long as you're getting, individuals to see it and potentially reach out, that's what we're looking for. You make a post on your stories about how you're working with brands and want to help them with their social media, and you'll start to see that maybe one person reaches out saying that they're interested. That's how we got our first client. Is we were going door to door. We made a post on social media while we were going around, and quite literally we had somebody reach out right after we were finished, getting all of these rejections in this town square. After we'd gone door to door, we were pretty, worn out, and we hadn't even landed a client, had no interest at all. Got back to the car, and we got our client because we had posted on social media. They reached out to us. And it was somebody that, we were already familiar with or had known in the past. And so that is a big factor. And it can quite literally go down like that. And somebody might just reach out and actually want to work with you. Now, the next step is you're going to go on the offense, where you're going to be reaching out to brands and, doing a little bit more posting outside of your own network. And that's going in actual Facebook groups. This is something that worked initially very well for us. And going into different groups on Facebook, whether it's in, agency groups, social media groups, or if it's a specific niche you're working in, if it's in, lawn care, then you might go to specific neighborhoods and post in these groups about how you help brands, help companies with getting more leads for their actual lawn care business. So those are different things you can do, and making a post in those groups about how you can help them, people might end up reaching out to you where you can actually start that conversation. The next thing is actually prospecting on Google. You can go to Google, you can search up local brands, and once you actually find one, you then go to their site and look for their contact information. More often than not, there's going to be contact info where you can actually reach out to them directly via email and write out a response on how to actually get their interest in working with you. And we're going to go over this in this video on how to do that. And the next one is prospecting on Instagram. So I'll show you all what that looks like. So here's how you can find clients on Instagram. The first step is searching for a brand in your niche. So what we'll do is we'll go to Instagram, and we're going to go ahead and search that initial niche that you went and chose earlier. If you haven't done already, go ahead and pause this video, go to Google, look at the list of niches, find one that you're interested in, and start there. And so once you've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to search that niche that you might have chosen. Maybe you want to work with clothing brands. So we're going to search the word clothing brand on Instagram. Once you search clothing brand, there's going to be a lot of posts that pop up. And now this is the fun part where we start to dissect what's going on in their social media and find gaps in their marketing where they can make improvements. And that's an opportunity for you to offer them a valuable service, because we're going to find something you can help them with, and we're going to execute that result for them, and they're going to be super thrilled, and you're going to get paid for it, which is going to be amazing because it's a fair, even trade. You're helping them grow, and you're getting paid, and that's helping you grow as well. So just looking at a couple of these posts, what we can see is, some of these people are posting videos, some of these don't have comments. So we can click on one of these and see what the brand is. This one looks like they're, offering these puffer jackets for $36, which is interesting. And we can click on their actual brand, and we'll see that they only have about 2,300 followers, which isn't a lot, but it's a good start for sure. And we can see that, they make posts pretty frequently here. Let's go ahead and click on one of these videos. Looks like a TikTok reel style video. Let's see what people are commenting. These look so warm. How much? How do I purchase? I don't see them on my website. So it looks like a lot of people can't even find out how to actually buy them, which that's automatically a problem. They don't know what the actual cost is, and people want to know how to actually purchase these. So that's a big factor. So what we could do is we could follow this brand and start to DM them. And so now that we are in the actual direct messages on Instagram, we can start to type up a message for how we'd reach out to them. And let's just go ahead and look at what that actually looks like. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to keep it simple, and we're going to have a specific header, which is going to be a pattern breakup. So when reaching out to one of these brands, what we're going to do is we're going to type in, something like this, where we say, hey, I love y'all's puffer jackets. And then you're going to let them know essentially what you do. And you can say that you manage Facebook ads, or you create content or do website design. What service you're offering, you're going to input here. In our case, it's Facebook ads. So we're going to say, we manage Facebook ads for clothing brands, and I know I could help improve your Facebook ad results to get you a better return on ad spend. So you're going to let them know that you can help improve those results if you actually believe you can, and there's room for improvement, and that we can get them a better return on ad spend. And the way that we can confirm that is by going to a website tool called facebook.com/ads/library. This tool allows you to look up brands that are running, actual ads. And I just typed in their brand from their Instagram account. I typed it in right here, and this is the exact image that we just clicked on earlier. And what's really interesting about this Facebook ad, if you run Facebook ads, you'll know that having these little hashtags in your actual ads actually lower your return on ad spend, because people will click on those hashtags, they'll leave, and then they're not going to get good results because these people are leaving from that. And you don't need hashtags in an ad because you're already paying to get this reach. So hashtags actually offer no additional benefit here other than actually taking away from the fact. So this assures us that they're not going to be getting a high conversion rate from this. There's no call to action at the in here. It's actually in the middle, which if this was just moved to another line over, it would convert much better. They're also using learn more. People don't need to learn more about the puffer jackets. They need to shop now, because they already see the puffer jackets. They already know that it's high quality and it's a low cost. And if they want to buy it, they should already be in the frame of mind of purchasing. So it should say shop now. That'll increase conversion rates as well. Another factor, they might actually just be running boosted posts, because it shows us right here they're only on the platform Instagram running ads. Well, if they use automatic placements, they're going to see much better sales, because the algorithm will optimize to show that to individuals who will convert. So this is the type of information that we can, start to gather and pull from and identify if we can help their actual brand. And when we look at their actual Facebook page, they don't have very much engagements going on overall either. So we know there's a huge opportunity for running Facebook ads for them. And their headline is just their actual site name. That's already here. They don't need to repeat that twice. So we can improve upon this and get them a much better result. So that is exactly why, we're showing confidence here. And the next thing is you're going to let them know that you actually run an agency and you would love to potentially work with them. And that's a key factor here. And we're also going to say, let me know what you think, which is we're giving them an opportunity to respond to this. And we're going to, also let them know if they're interested in actually booking a call, we can send over our calendar link. So, we'll send our calendar link, they'll book in, and then we're going to go over the exact next steps on what you do once you're actually on the call. And by the way, if you haven't already, you should check out the actual, video we have on this, on the 9 best softwares to use for social media marketing. So definitely go check that out, because we covered the exact software we use for getting people to book on the calendar. And then you're just going to have a little footer at the end. Ours is cheers. Then I just say my name. And then you would send this to them. And, you'd see if they actually respond, whether it's, within a few minutes, an hour, a day. And if they respond and actually book into your calendar, great. You'll drop that link and they'll book in. And by the way, if at any moment you feel like you need more help with this, definitely feel free to DM me the word agency, and I'm happy to actually go over, the steps on how you can actually go through this process so that way you can generate successful results. Now, just to highlight how this works is we had a header, which is the actual pattern breakup, where we talk about, we call out immediately that we love their actual puffer jackets. That's the first line they're going to automatically see in their DM. So the likeliness of them clicking on something that's about their brand is going to be much higher. And it is true, it looks pretty cool. Those jackets are pretty sweet. And we're going to compliment them because you don't want to start off with telling them how they're doing something wrong. That's automatically going to, just make somebody click out and not really be interested. A lot of times, even though it is being honest and real, it's not the right approach initially. You should rather position it more towards how you can share, info about how there's different ways you can improve upon what they're already doing with their brand. And in this case, they've already taken a great first step. They decided to run ads. That's a wonderful step that they've made a decision on with their brand, which means that they're interested in getting more sales and reaching people beyond just their social media presence. And with that being said, what we're doing is we're giving them an opportunity to improve upon what they're already doing, which is way more of a valuable service for them. Because if we can get them more money out of their Facebook ads and grow their business, they're going to be happy to actually pay for that service. And so with that being said, we then go into the introduction about what we offer. In this case, ours was Facebook ads, and that's what we actually highlighted. And the next thing we did was we offered them a solution by, letting them know what they think and booking a call with us. And if they are interested, we send them our booking link, and that is where we're offering them a way to chat with us. And now we're on how to close clients. And the first one is rapport. You want to make it easy, fun, and have a super open dialogue so that way they can have an open-ended conversation with you. And that way they're really comfortable with, covering their business and sharing what problems they're actually facing within their business and ways that you can actually help them. So let them display their passion and make it a comfortable place for them to speak openly about their brand and story. This is also where you want to ask as many questions as you can about their business. So definitely listen for the problems that they might be facing and what are the things that are preventing them from actually getting results, because this is the opportunity for you to really identify what it is that is a core issue and what ways you can actually play a role and potentially help them. You want to make sure that you spend enough time understanding who they are, what their business is, and the problems that they're having, because this is going to solidify the fact that you do have, an opportunity to help them, and then that you will know you're able to improve upon what it is that you're offering, whether it's Facebook ads, whether it's branding, whether it's a site redesign. Because if they have a website that's not converting very well and they talk about how their Facebook ads are really great and they're always getting all this traffic, but it's just not converting, well, that could be a site issue. And if you know how to redesign a site, that could be an opportunity for you to help them improve their site. And if you charge, say, $10,000 for that, and they end up moving forward with you and you fix their site and they make an extra $100,000 to $1 million, well, that's a pretty good return on investment with you. So that's going to keep them very happy. And, that's a great return. And so it's definitely fair that they ended up paying $10,000 to make an extra $100,000 to $1 million recurring. So those are the things that you really want to pay attention to identify what the problems are. And number 3 is following in with logic. You need to be silent, listen into the issues that they're facing, answer any concerns they have with backed data. So that way they know exactly what it is that you offer and what you can do. And if they are interested in learning more how it works, or they ask you at a certain point in the conversation, well, what it is that you do, how can you help us? Then that's where you transition into the close. And if you do think you can help them, you would explain the next steps. And what I mean by is if you do think you can help them, well, you might have already noticed that, all right, well, you can run Facebook ads for them, you can improve it, but what if they don't have any inventory and they totally have no inventory left and there's nothing to sell? Well, in that case, even though you can help them with their Facebook ads, it's really not going to do much if they have nothing to sell. So these are the types of things that you're listening for and making sure that, they have a, fluid business that's running, and you can come in and just improve upon what they're already doing. And so what you would do is you would let them know what the next steps are, what you offer. If you offer Facebook ads, you would let them know the pricing, how it works, what the onboarding looks like, and you would go over, here's what it costs to manage. You mention that, and then you tell them what the next steps are. They would end up sharing you access to their actual assets through the business manager with Facebook. They would share you the creatives. They would give you access to the site. And then as soon as you have access to those things, you're going to send over an invoice, and they're going to complete all of that via email, and that's your first client. It's literally as simple as that. You don't have to make it any more complicated than this. If they want to move forward, you present those options, and you straight up ask them, does that sound good to you? And if they, are interested and they say, yes, let's do it, then you send that thing over. The number one biggest issue I see individuals facing when they land their client or their first few clients is they forget to actually get the payment. They'll send the invoice and then they never do anything about it, or they'll start working and not get paid. You want to make sure that the client actually pays you, so that way you can ensure it's going to be a fair relationship and they actually value what it is that you're going to be doing for them. Then as you're delivering the results and they're happy, you can turn that into a recurring payment, which is super important because that turns into a growing business model that allows you to get more and more clients, and you can scale very quickly this way. And if you need any help at all with this and you actually want to be able to go from 0 to 10K monthly, getting your first client, or scaling from 10K to 40K monthly with your agency, or even 40K to 100K, we have students in our 7-figure agency mastermind where individuals will join our program and we'll show them exactly all the systems we use, how to automate all of this, how to land clients consistently, how to scale these numbers, how to do the accounting side, how to make it a recurring, business model that actually makes sense to scale. And if you are interested in this actual mastermind and want my help and our team's help with, actually executing this with you, then DM me on Instagram the word agency so I can personally schedule a call with you for free, and we can go over exactly how this works. That way you can get access to the agency mastermind and be able to scale to these incredible numbers just like some of our amazing students have as well. Now, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to hearing about you getting your first client. Make sure to like this video and comment down below if you really enjoyed it, and let me know what your 2022 goals are, what niche you're going after, what kind of clients you want to land, so that way we can support you as well. I really appreciate it, and if you have any questions, feel free to DM me the word agency. Cheers, and bye, y'all.